Hola! It's Rocco here, coming to you with a vegan take on a classic dish from Puerto Rico. Today we're going to be making mofongo, but without any meat. Mofongo originated in Puerto Rico in the 1800s, but it has its roots in African cuisine with a traditional dish called fufu. Fufu uses a variety of starchy vegetables, but for mofongo you just need to use some unripened plantains. Plantains are in season right now and I'm finding them all over the grocery store, which is why I decided to make this today. It's also just in time for National Mofongo Day, which is coming up on September 24th. This vegan version is so flavorful, so fresh, you'll absolutely love it. Mofongo could be a main course or a side dish, so I'm going to show you how to make enough for 4 to 6 people as a main or about 6 to 8 as a side. Vamos! We're going to start by making a Spanish sofrito. You can find Spanish sofrito jarred at the grocery store, but I prefer to make it because it's super easy and I can store it in the fridge or the freezer for other dishes. We're using a food processor, so all my ingredients have been roughly chopped. I'm gonna put in some tomato, red bell pepper, red onion, some hot banana pepper, which has also been deveined and seeded, lots of garlic, and some cilantro. Oh, and we can't forget the salt. So now we can just blend this up until it's smooth but a little bit chunky. This smells like a delicious pico de gallo. I could just grab a chip and eat it. So I'm just gonna store this in the fridge to allow the flavors to meld together and we'll use it later. Mofongo is traditionally made with pork rinds and bacon, but for our vegan version, we're gonna be making a fresh pepper salad. This pepper salad adds the perfect freshness to complement the heartiness of the plantains. So I'm starting with some chopped green and red pepper. To that, I'm gonna add some diced red onion, some fresh cilantro, some garlic paste, or you can use some chopped garlic, salt, black pepper, and we're going to use quite a bit of olive oil. So just stir it up. Now we'll put it in the fridge and start preparing our plantains. For mofongo, you use unripened plantains. Unripened plantains have a firmer texture and a more savory flavor. The more they ripen, they become more tender and sweet, which this recipe doesn't call for. So I already chopped up 5 plantains. This is enough to serve 4 to 6 people as a main dish. I'm gonna chop up an extra one to make some tostones to serve on the side. We're gonna chop them the same way, which is in 1-inch pieces. When you're chopping your plantains, the first thing you wanna do is cut it in half. Then chop off the ends. So we'll stand one of the pieces up and use a paring knife to remove the peel. Our plantains are cut and we can cook them 3 different ways. You can either fry them, bake them, or boil them. We're gonna fry them because that's the more traditional way of making mofongo. So I've heated up about 1 inch of neutral oil in a frying pan. I'm gonna gently place the plantains in the frying pan. So we'll just let these fry up for about 2 or 3 minutes until they're golden brown. So it's only been about 2 minutes and my plantains have started to brown. I'm gonna remove them from the oil and place them on some paper towel to drain the excess. So I'm gonna use a few of these to make some tostones, which I'm gonna serve on the side with my mofongo. Now it's time to complete the mixture for our mofongo. Usually you do this in a very large mortar and pestle. I don't have one, but I'm gonna use a potato masher and the result will come out just as good. I'm starting with the fried plantains in a mixing bowl and I'm gonna add in some tomato sauce. We're gonna put in some of our Spanish sofrito. Typically for mofongo, you use Sazon seasoning, so if you have a packet of that, use it. If you don't, I'm gonna show you some spices you can use to replicate the flavor. I'll start with some ground coriander, garlic powder, ground turmeric, ground cumin, dried oregano, salt, and black pepper. I'm also gonna put in a little bit of adobo seasoning. So I'm just gonna start mashing this up a little bit. So I'm almost done mashing this and I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. I'm also gonna add about a couple tablespoons of vegetable broth. And just keep mashing. So I actually forgot one very important ingredient, and that's some garlic paste. I'll just mix that in. Tastes delicious. Don't worry about it being a little bit chunky because it's really nice when the plantains add a bite to the mofongo. So let me show you how to plate this. In a small bowl, I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil. I'm using this as a mold for my mofongo and the olive oil is gonna help to loosen it up from the bowl. So we'll take our mofongo mixture and just press it into the bowl. Now with my spatula, I'm just gonna loosen it a bit from the sides. Now we'll just drop it in the plate. I'm gonna make a divot in the top for the salad. I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of vegetable broth on the top. This helps to keep the mofongo moist. Now we can top it with our salad. I'm gonna place a couple of the tostones that we made on the side. Look how beautiful this dish is. Time to take a bite of this. There's just an incredible amount of flavor in here. The vegetables make it super bright and fresh, and the plantains offer a perfect texture. It's like an explosion in my mouth right now. Can't forget to have a tostone. Thank you for joining me and making this classic Puerto Rican dish. If you come up with your own vegan version, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with my latest recipes. Head on over to earth2rocco.com for the ingredients and instructions for today's recipe and to learn how to make tostones. Buen Provecho!